Hi everyone, I hope you all are having a wonderful time. Today I would like to share my experience of using this Dina Phipps Iris DDC, which retail for around $600 to $650 depending on the exchange rate currently. So they are highly capable digital filter for USB digital input, and if you do a lot of online streaming, it can help you improve in overall sound quality and noise control. So the way that they design is it has dedicated power supply inside, power filtering, proper linear power supply and proper power filtering, USB filter, and all optimized for all digital incoming signal before it gets to FPGA chip. So the FPGA chip and temperature control, crystal oscillator control all the digital incoming signal before it put back out to your DAC. It has 5 different digital outputs: I2S-A, I2S-C, coaxial, optical, and AES digital outputs. If you're using I2S outputs, PCM is limited to 384. If you are using other outputs, it limited to 192 kPCM, DSD up to 64 because of that gonna be a DOP if you are using other than I2S output stages. But if you're using DSD output through I2S, it can do up to 512, and DSD inputs is up to 512 from USB-B as well as 768K from USB-B, and you can attach 2 different type of external clock. Your DAC already have all the digital filtering and everything, but it may not be enough in most of the case, especially in this price point. Adding DDC can change the sound quality, and some case it can improve. Some case it sound a little bit analytical if I add it to such as Casted A26 DAC. So that's the depending on what kind of DAC you have. But if you have R2 or DAC, I would definitely recommend you to add DDC, as well as it can improve the sound, especially if you do a lot of online streaming, computer-based streaming, or dedicated music server. It can even enhance the overall experience when I try back to back. So it doesn't have to be like fancy streaming, because I try Apple Music and Amazon Music, and I can notice the difference in like overall sound improvement in background noise control, as well as more precision notes and more enhanced, a bit more precise in overall sound that it can improve using this Dina Phipps Aries 12. I tried a bunch of different DACs, and in the end I end up using with Dina Phipps own Aries 12, because Aries 12 itself has a very neutral sound with very transparent sound signature. Because of that, it can get bright time to time using depending on what speaker I'm using. If I'm using JBL or this Bowers and Wilkins, it can get a bit bright for my taste. I switch around all the speakers as well. In the end, I end up pairing JBL L100 Classic because it can make noticeably different in sound. So in this video, you will hear the back-to-back sound sample with or without DDC, and only way to hear is raise your volume a little bit and using the headphones, and probably if you have a Mac computer, change your MIDI setting to 24-bit 192K. So that's the easiest way to improve the sound quality out of your computer. You don't have to add external DACs because it will totally add coloration to what you're hearing, okay? But most of my music sound sample you will hear is more accurately with Sony Studio Monitor headphones. Doesn't matter how expensive headphones you have. Okay, I follow the studio standard, so that's what I use, and that what you will hear as close as possible. So that is my advice. So back to this DDC, the way that it can enhance the sound. It's just making it better in noise control, giving you more precise notes in overall sound reproduction. But when I pair with this Aries 12, what happened was Aries, oh, light is flickering. We are having bad weather, so hopefully power don't go out. It's snowing outside. So sorry about the flickering light. I have to finish this video. So when I pair with this Aries 12, Aries 12 sound signature is changed. It gets a bit warmer and slightly more forgiving sound signature. When I pair with DDC, it reduces the background noise, more precise sound signature in all over the frequency range. Some may call it kills the dynamic, so it depending on how you take it. When I pair with this Bowers & Wilkins or this JBL, I prefer to have a DDC. When I'm using with S1EX, I don't mind having with or without DDC in terms of sound quality. That is depending on how you prefer and how you like to hear it. If you have an Aries 12, if you have an Aries 2, you will notice that significant difference in sound. It will be a bit warmer side or neutral with more precision notes it will produce. So that is my experience using this DDC in my system with this Aries 12. But when I pair with other Delta Sigma decks, I don't really like the sound. It sounded a bit too analytical and a little bit too dry for my taste personally. My advice to you is, if your primary music listening method is online streaming, I would definitely recommend you to try this Iris DDC, as well as if you do computer-based music listening, right? So it can totally show you improvement in sound quality. So overall noise control and background, darker background is noticeably different with DDC when I'm using with this Aries 12. When I try with Pontus 2, it's slightly less noticeable, but there are slight improvements in overall noise control, but not as much as the sound signature changes like Aries 12. So that's where the differences are. So higher the price point components have better noise control. So this kind of this Aries 12 is not cheap, but noise filtering or everything like Pontus 2 or other higher end decks come with. So that gonna be great improvement. If you add the DDC, it can easily rival sound quality out of Pontus 2 or other many R2R decks in general. Personally, if my main deck is R2R deck, DDC is a must, because especially if you're using a single-ended analog out from your deck, because R2R decks tend to have higher noise if you are using single-ended analog output. So DDC is a must in my opinion. So if you even using balanced outs, DDC can help you improve the sound in your R2R setup. So that is my experience using this DDC in my system. Personally, I will highly recommend you to try it. Like I said, if you use high resolution audio, online streaming and everything, then it can help you improve the sound. That is my experience, my friend. Thank you very much for watching and happy listening.
Come into my solitude, though I weary be. Come into my tenderness, dream along with me. Listen to the whispers sing, listen to the singer shout. Come into my solitude, meet my big mouth. Thoughts unspoken, thoughts unsaid, lies of hearth and home. Children broken on the bed and left to lie alone. Things you talk around, scum you choke on round. Come into my solitude, step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. People so unhinged that death is much too kind. Come into my solitude, step over that line. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only one. Breaking silence. Come to my solitude. Welcome to the wheel. Come into this wonderland of wounds that will not heal. Walls that do not speak, steps that do not sound. Come into my solitude. Burn this building down. Come into my solitude, though I weary be. Come into my tenderness, dream along with me. Listen to the whispers sing, listen to the singer shout. Come into my solitude, be my big mouth. Thoughts unspoken, thoughts unsaid, lies of hearth and home. Children broken on the bed and left to lie alone. Things you talk around, scum you choke on down. Come into my solitude, step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Fathers who are lovers to the daughters that they own. Mothers who don't leave a child a single safety zone. People so unhinged that death is much too kind. Come into my solitude, step over that line. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only one. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Come to my solitude, welcome to the wheel. Come into this wonderland of wounds that will not heal. Walls that do not speak, steps that do not sound. Come into my solitude.